Session 3. Professional Conduct. All will certainly agree that success on the work front is one thing which every working professional wants to attain. Well, there are several factors that decide your personal growth at your job. One thing that you can't afford to miss out on this aspect is your behavior or the official conduct. No matter how busy and dedicated you are towards your work, you are probably going to not score any point if your official conduct isn't acceptable. You need to also monitor your body language in the office and ensure that it corresponds with whatever you are claiming. Watch what you wear. While this holds true for anyone, it holds even more signification for ladies. Your office is meant to be a place for work and not some fancy dress competition. At work, you should be dressed in a straightforward yet smart fashion. Essential Office Etiquette 2012. Delegate Guide. Professional Communication. Effective communication is about conveying your messages to other people clearly. It's also about receiving and interpreting information that others are sending to you, with as little distortion as possible. Doing this involves effort from both the sender of the message and the receiver. If the process is not used properly, messages can get muddled by the sender, or misinterpreted by the recipient. When this happens, it can cause tremendous confusion, wasted effort, and missed opportunity. Communication is only successful when both the sender and the receiver have the same understanding of the same information as a result of the communication. By successfully getting your message across, you convey your thoughts and ideas effectively. When not successful, the thoughts and ideas that you actually send do not necessarily reflect what you think, causing a communications breakdown and creating barriers that stand in the way of your goals, both personally and professionally. In a recent survey of recruiters from companies with more than 50,000 employees, communication skills were cited as the single more important decisive factor in choosing managers. The survey, conducted by the University of Pittsburgh's Katz Business School, points out that communication skills, including written and oral presentations, as well as an ability to work with others, are the main factor contributing to job success. 22. Communication styles. A useful factor in building positive relationships is to understand that each person has a unique communication style. Once you recognize communication styles, you can adjust your own to communication more effectively. Ideally, this is mutual, but if the other person does not adjust their style, it is up to you to accommodate and adjust to make the interaction as successful as possible. Being able to communicate effectively is therefore essential if you want to build a successful career. To do this, you must understand what your message is, what audience you are sending it to, and anticipate how it may be perceived. You must also weigh in the circumstances surrounding your communications, such as situational and cultural context. Below is a diagram showing how you would recognize each of the communication styles. 24. How to deal with each of these communication styles. How to deal with each of these communication styles. Factors: expressor, driver, supporter, analyst. How to recognize: they get excited. They like their own way, decisive with strongly held viewpoints. They like positive attention, to be helpful and to be regarded warmly. They seek a lot of data, ask many questions, and behave methodically and systematically. Tends to ask. Who? The personal. Dominant question. What? The results. Oriented question. Why? The personal. Non-goal question. How? The technical. Analytical question. What they dislike. Boring explanations and wasting time with too many facts. Someone wasting their time trying to decide for them. Rejection, being treated impersonally, uncaring and unfeeling attitudes. Making an error, being unprepared, spontaneity. Reacts to pressure and tension by selling their ideas or being argumentative. Taking charge, taking more control. Becoming silent, withdrawing and becoming introspective. Seeking more data and information. Best way to deal with them. Get excited with them, show emotion. Let them be in charge. Withdrawing and becoming introspective. Be supportive, show you care. Provide lots of data and information. Likes to be measured by applause, feedback, recognition. Results and goals. Friends, close relationships. Activity that leads to results. Must be allowed to. Get ahead quickly. Likes challenges. Get into a competitive situation. Likes to win. Relax, feel, care, and know you care. Make decisions at own pace and not be cornered or pressured. Will improve with recognition and some structure to reach a goal. A position that requires cooperation with others. A structure of goals and methods for achieving each goal. Interpersonal and communication skills. Likes to save effort. They rely heavily on hunches, intuition, feelings. Time. They like to be efficient, get things done now. Relationships. Friendship means a lot to them. Face. They hate to make an error, be wrong or get caught without enough info. For best results. Inspire them to bigger and better accomplishments. Allow them freedom to do things their own way. Care and provide detail, specific plans and activities to be accomplished. Structure a framework or track to follow. Use your knowledge of communication styles when working in a team or leading a group. Help others to understand one another. When you're negotiating or promoting your business or service, when you're negotiating or promoting your business or services, you'll need to understand that you'll have to let the driver take the lead, give the analyst plenty of time to consider what you're presenting, spend extra time socializing with the supporter, and help the expressor get down to the detail level. Good communication means being aware of the different styles of communication and working with the other, not against them. Understand where the other person is coming from, and you'll get better results all around. 26. Using body language. Body language is the nonverbal and often unintended communication on the part of one individual to another. Nonverbal communication includes facial expressions, head movements, eye contact, hand gestures, and body positions. In general, body language expresses an individual's emotions, feelings, and attitudes. Did you know that studies show that? Nonverbal communication accounts for more than 55% of the impact you make. What you say accounts for 7% of your impact, and how you say it accounts for about 38%. As a speaker, your movements, gestures, eye contact, and facial expressions all send out messages to other people. Misunderstanding and confusion occur when your body language does not support what you are saying. Being aware of what signals your body language are sending Being aware of what signals your body language are sending, and understanding the body language signals shown by your listeners, can make you a better communicator. Posture. The way you position your body can indicate your feelings. Example. When you are sitting, slouching can indicate low self-esteem or disinterest. Sitting at an angle or facing away from a person during a group discussion appears rude and indicates that you want to leave. If you are interviewing someone and are leaning back on your chair, it can indicate boredom. If you are involved in discussions and are seated, crossing your arms could be interpreted as not being open to others' ideas. When you are standing, shifting your body weight from one foot to another can indicate impatience. Standing with your arms crossed creates a barrier between you and the listener. Take note of the listener's posture. Leaning forward slightly indicates keenness and interest. Leaning back a little will show the listener is relaxed, but leaning back too far can be interpreted as not being interested. Leaning back with your hands behind your head indicates contemplation or skepticism. 28. Movements. Movements convey meaning and attract attention. They can be used to enhance oral communication, but keep these points in mind. Appropriate movements. Make sure movements are appropriate. If you are talking about something serious, do not wave your arms around wildly. Distracting movements. Your movements should never distract attention from your speech. If you make too many movements, your audience may pay more attention to your appearance than to what you are saying. Excessive movement. Excessive movement can give the impression that you are out of control. Pacing up and down a stage could indicate nervousness. Artificial movements. Your movements should look natural and spontaneous. Artificial movements and overuse of bodily movements will have a negative effect on the audience. If your movements look forced and unnatural, the audience may not believe what you are saying. Gestures. A gesture is a form of nonverbal communication made with your hands, and can be used instead of verbal communication or in combination with it. It is important that you know the following. Gestures are only effective if they are meaningful and expressive. If you want to emphasize that you are here, it is meaningful if you point downwards when you say here. You should only use gestures if they contribute to the impact of the message. Putting your hands together as if in prayer could be effective if you were pleading for something, but would be ineffective if you were demanding something. Gestures should be natural, open and free and not use too much. And abrupt and nervous. Gesture is ineffective and will detract from the effectiveness of your message. Eye contact. Eye contact with your listeners is very important and indicates that you are engaged in the conversation. Your listeners expect you to look at them. Benefits of eye contact include Eye contact portrays confidence and shows that you are at ease with the topic. You are able to receive visual feedback from your listeners, which is an important part of effective oral communication. Your message is transmitted properly and communication is not disrupted. 30. Facial expressions. Your facial expressions reveal your feelings. While you are speaking, try and make sure your expression shows that you are enthusiastic, motivated, confident, and interested in your subject. Be careful not to exaggerate your facial expressions, as this is a barrier to effective communication. Your professional image. Communication. Your professional image. Being thought of as a professional in your field takes a lot more than doing your work well. Even if you are good at what you do, you may find it difficult to reach the type of success you strive for unless you are also considered to be professional by others. The following are points to remember when you are creating your own professional image. Always show respect for senior management and be loyal to them. They lay down the company rules and set the tone of the workplace and the relationships within it. They also uphold the image of the company. Show respect for your colleagues generally. You will quickly earn theirs if you do. Do not make people wait. Be on time for meetings and appointments. If you are going to be late, contact the person and inform them. Dress according to your company's requirements. If the company has no dress code policy, dress in the same manner as senior management. There are many different factors that go into creating a professional and well-respected image. While each individual factor can help increase your success, together these elements can create a professional and sought-after image your clients and potential clients will appreciate. Quality of work. It's obvious that in order to be considered a professional by clients and peers, you need to work hard and be good at what you do. You may consider this to be the foundation for your entire image. Factors that you should focus on as part of your professional image. Responsiveness and customer service. The level of importance you place on your clients is an important element of creating a professional persona. Some facets of responsiveness and customer service may include being willing to go the extra mile to make your clients happy, responding to email and phone messages promptly, following up with clients after a project to ask for their feedback, being willing to make recommendations and offer solutions to problems. Accountability. Holding yourself accountable can be challenging at times, but if you do it successfully, you will gain the respect of others. This means that although you should take credit and celebrate successes, you also need to face your role and any failures and shortcomings, without excuses. Overall presentation. Essentially, your presentation is responsible for making a solid first impression and getting potential clients moved to the next level. This can be your website, marketing materials, proposals and project plans, portfolio, voicemail message, email signature, your look and voice when you meet with clients, and any element that puts you in front of your prospects. Communication and listening ability. The way you communicate, verbally and in written form, tells a lot about who you are and how you work. Being clear, concise, respectful and responsive is vital for success. And don't forget about the importance of listening to your clients and taking the time to hear and understand what they are saying. 32. Social networking personas. While your profiles on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, on your blog and other networking sites also play a role in your overall presentation, they deserve individual attention. What you say in those forums may feel informal and relaxed, but keep in mind that these outlets can work against you if you're not being consistently professional and genuine. Reputation. Although sometimes we'd all like to ignore what others think of us, your reputation can go a long way in supporting, or hurting, your professional image. That's why it's so important to treat others with respect and honesty, even if you would never consider working or collaborating with them. Dress for success. In this section we focus on creating the right impression to help you build a professional image and your personal brand. You've invested in your career. Brand. You've invested in your career, college, or training. Now it's time to invest in yourself, your appearance, and the image you portray. Figuring out professional dress attire for men and women is not difficult. Here are some guidelines to follow to ensure you are dressing for success. Guidelines for men. Beards and mustaches as well as protruding nose and ear hair should always be neat and trimmed. Avoid brightly colored, white or patterned socks and ensure your socks are long enough to cover your ankles. Wear leather belts that match your shoes, and overweight men should wear braces rather than belts. Ensure that the length of your trousers is acceptable. They should touch the front of your shoe and be about 2 centimeters above the shoe heel. Avoid filling your pockets until they bulge. When wearing a long-sleeved shirt without a tie at an informal occasion, you could roll up your sleeves, preferably no further than mid-forearm. To appear informally dressed, undo the first 1 or 2 shirt buttons and splay your collar. Wear a plain tie with a striped or patterned shirt, and vice versa. Neatly knot your tie, leaving no more than half a centimeter of space between your top button and the knot. Make sure your tie is the correct length when knotted. The broad end of your tie should just touch your belt. Remember, your tie is your signature. It reflects your personality and should harmonize with the rest of your clothing. 34. Guidelines for women. Monochromatic dressing makes us all look taller and thinner, a richer look. Vertical lines made with clothing, accessories, and color contrasts make us look taller and thinner. Blazers and jackets are a must for a professional environment. Ask a friend whose appearance you admire for feedback or to help you go shopping. Buy your clothing to fit the size you are now. No one sees the tags. Too tight and they add pounds, too loose and you look untidy. Invest in a full-length mirror to appraise your final look. Shoe color should match or be darker than the hemline. Though dress pants are gaining acceptance, skirts and dresses are still the preferred professional look. A sleeve should always be worn in the office. Sleeveless tops and spaghetti straps must be covered by a jacket. Yes, many fashion magazines now say, "Don't be afraid to show cleavage." This is not for the workplace. This is a distraction and will actually cause hostility, rumors, and distance from fellow employees, the ones who count anyway. Avoid showing the midriff, see-through blouses, and short skirt lengths. It doesn't hurt to always be on the lookout for a sample of business dress to keep your look fresh. It takes a little extra time and not a lot of money to look professional and ready to take your place as a professional. Guidelines for men and women. 36.